Peace, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory is due to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from and rule well. Peace and salutations to the 144,000 and the rest of the 1/3, the large multitude. Unto you I say shalom. Coming to you back with another lesson through the Spirit. And the title for this one's going to be Gold and Silver Won't Deliver You When All Hell Breaks Loose. Because what is going to deliver you is Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Having faith and trusting in those names to keep you in a time of calamity when all hell breaks loose, and ultimately to be delivered out of the thermal nuclear destruction that's going to come here in the souls of America, also known as Babylon the Great in the scriptures. Because majority of the nation of Israel, 2/3, they're going to trust in their riches, trust in their gold and silver, whatever assets they have accumulated in this life, either in the stock market, Bitcoin, real estate, whatever it may be, or even trusting in the modern day sword, which is the gun, or maybe they have prepped up to this point, or even have bunkers, but ultimately that's not going to be able to deliver you when all hell breaks loose, and ultimately when those intercontinental ballistic missiles hit here in the souls of Babylon the Great, which is America. The only thing that is going to keep you is the fear of the Lord, that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Trusting and having faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua to keep us when all hell is breaking loose during Jacob's trouble. And even if we have to lay our life down for this truth, for the testimony of Yahushua, and be a martyr, we're not going to denounce our faith, Lord willing. We're a part of that number. We're going to keep our integrity, keep our faith, even if it means losing our lives. And that's something that majority of the nation of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, aren't willing to do. They rather bow down to Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, than to get put to death. A lot of our people are going to be willing to take that MOTB, because when they're not able to buy or sell, be able to eat or drink water or have a roof over their heads, then they're going to bug out. But us to have this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that has been given, the true understanding of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, to see what's going on around the planet Earth, all the different prophecies playing out, all the things that our elders and apostles have been speaking about for decades. They're coming to pass right in front of our eyes. But the rest of our people, the 2/3, they don't see it. That's why they're not preparing themselves, building themselves up, edifying themselves, or being edified to build up their faith. Because in the times we're about to come into, we're going to have to lean on the faith fully, be invested in trusting and having faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, not trusting in corruptible riches that are going to be burned up when America gets destroyed. So I'm going to get the scripture. This is Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of wrath of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is a stumbling block of their iniquity. And that's what these 2/3 of the nation of Israel and these heathens that have put their trust in corruptible riches that are going to be burnt up. It's all vanity. Whatever they may be stocking up and hoarding, it's not going to be able to deliver them. That's why when this economy collapses, the society collapses, all hell breaks loose, they're going to throw all that currency, either gold and silver, or the fiat currency, also known as the US dollar. They're going to throw it in the streets just like they did in Venezuela a couple years back is going to be the same thing, because all that gold and silver and dollars that are 2/3 of the wicked of our people have invested their time, energy in during this life that we've lived over here in Babylon the Great, America is not going to be able to deliver them. It is ultimately going to be a stumbling block. A lot of them, when all that wealth that they have accumulated gets taken away in a blink of an eye, Esau Edom, self-proclaimed white man, is going to offer them a solution. And what's that solution? To be able to get some of those so-called riches back is by taking that charagma, taking that MOTB that Micro C have written about in Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. The majority of our people, the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, and these heathens, they're going to go down and take that MOTB, that charagma, to be able to buy, sell, eat, get their so-called riches back, their bank account with some money. And ultimately that's going to lead to their destruction, because you're not supposed to trust in this devil, Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, because his words are smooth like butter, but ultimately he's going to put that knife on your back, just like he's always done. He's the same devil, the same deceiver. This is Proverbs 11:4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. And that's the point, the riches, whatever wealth these 2/3 of the nation of Israel are accumulating right now, because majority of the nation of Israel, they're asleep right now. They don't know what's coming. They don't know that all hell is about to break loose. They're in La La Land. They're caught up with the cares of the world. But those who do know, who see that America is collapsing and is about to collapse and all hell is about to break loose, they're putting their trust in these corruptible riches, in their bunkers, in their weapons, whatever it may be. And ultimately, that's not going to be able to deliver them, because they don't have the fear of the Lord. They don't have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Because the beginning of wisdom is to fear Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, to know that, you can't go down there and take that charagma, because ultimately there's repercussions. There's a great judgment, the second death, the lake of fire, that's going to be reserved for those who take that MOTB and trust in this devil. But righteousness, trusting in Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, fearing the Lord in truth and sincerity, that's what's going to be able to deliver you. Not no riches, corruptible riches, gold and silver. That's not going to be able to keep you in the day of calamity, in the day of the Lord. This is Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 11. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. So wisdom is better than rubies, and rubies is a very rare gem. It's not just laying down on the streets. It's probably more rare than gold and silver. So it says wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. And what does the majority of the nation of Israel desire? Is to be wealthy, to be rich, to be a billionaire, to be a trillionaire, to be up there with the elites. But they can't, because this isn't our kingdom. All we need is our daily bread. Like it says, give me neither poverty nor riches. Just as long as we have our daily bread, we're able to do these lessons, have the Wi-Fi, the internet, these phones, and be able to do the work and have our daily bread. That's more than enough. Because here in America, Babylon the Great, majority of the people over here, they're over consumers. They consume too much. They're constantly buying stuff online that they don't need. Overindulging in everything, the dainties of America. And ultimately that's going to lead them to their destruction, because when all those comforts get taken away, when their riches get taken away, then they're going to bug out. They're not going to have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to know that eventually we're going to have to walk away from all this. We're going to have to walk away from our jobs. We're going to have to walk away, some of us even from our families, be homeless. These are all things that are going to have to come upon us in his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. But we know that we have to go through that straight gate. It isn't going to be an easy way to the kingdom of heaven. It's going to be a straight and narrow path. It is Isaiah 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, is his treasure. And that's the true treasure. Those are the true riches, is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. It has been given to us from up high, and has been put in these earthen vessels, through the Ruach HaKodesh, through Yahweh Shemel Shai, which only the hopeful elect are going to have. The rest of our people, they're not going to have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding as to be able to be stable when all hell breaks loose, knowing how to move, knowing what to do, knowing not to take that charagma. The rest of our people, they're going to bug out, because when they had the time to really gather up the true riches, which is his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, building up that spiritual bank account, they were out there playing games, bullshitting around, being too invested in this world. And ultimately that's going to lead them to their demise for not really putting their full trust in Yahweh Shemel Shai. Get this next precept. This is Sirach chapter 11 and verse 4. Prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come from the Lord. That's something that the majority of the nation of Israel don't get. They think that just riches, wealth comes from Yahweh Shemel Shai. But no, both adversity and riches. And when our people go through adversity, they may lose their jobs, may lose money, may lose careers, family. They think that it's the devil, that is Satan, but no, Yahweh Shemel Shai is a balanced power. He creates light and evil. He creates both sides. And when all those riches and wealth get taken away at the blink of an eye, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they're gonna curse the Lord. They're gonna curse Yahweh Shemel Shai, because all that wealth that they think that they have amounted, that they accumulated by themselves, gets taken away, then they're gonna bug out. They're gonna cry out to Yahweh Shemel Shai. They're gonna call on God, call on Jesus Christ. That, why you take all my riches away? But like Job said, are we only supposed to receive good and not evil? A lot of our people are gonna bug out when they lose all those riches, and they don't have nothing to lean on. Because that's all that they had their hopes in, is the gold and silver, whatever wealth, real estate, the stock market. When it all vanishes at the blink of an eye, then they're going to bug out. They're going to lose it. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 40. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. And that's what the hopeful elect are in the spirit, in that mindset right now. We're not banking on this place to continue on forever. We're not establishing ourselves here for generations and generations, for hundreds and thousands of years to come, because we know that this place is collapsing rapidly. We know that the collapse and destruction of America is nearer than what we believe. Knowing that, then what mindset are we supposed to be in? We're not in the mindset of wanting this place to continue and gathering up this gold and all this silver for when all hell breaks loose, and somehow the economy is going to rise up from the ashes like a phoenix. No. Once this place collapses, this economy collapses, the society collapses, Jacob's trouble commences, the MOTB gets made mandatory, then that's it. America's going to be destroyed. Once this devil Esau Edom thinks that he has his NWO up and running and is good to go and he's going to rule forever, then that's when he's about to fill his belly, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to destroy this devil. Verse 41, he that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. Verse 42, he that occupied merchandise as he that had no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he shall not dwell therein. And a lot of our people have built up all these different businesses, accumulated all this wealth, all this gold, silver, in the stock market, real estate, whatever it may be. Ultimately, all that's going to get taken away when this society collapses, when Jacob's trouble commences, when the hour of temptation comes, when the MOTB gets presented and gets made mandatory. All those riches are going to be taken away. There's going to be 15-minute cities. You're not going to buy. You're not going to own anything like that devil from the world. The WEF. He just stepped down too. He said you're going to own nothing and be happy. And that's what a lot of our people aren't considering, that when this devil comes down with that great wrath, he comes down with that sword and starts deleting a mass amount of people, that everything's going to get confiscated. All these homes, people are going to be packed like sardines. Are people 2/3 of the nation of Israel? They're not considering all these things. Verse 43, he that soweth as he should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. So all these people that have invested their whole life in this place, invested in whatever, in their careers, going to college for 15, 20 years, put all this money in the stock market, building up their real estate portfolio. These things aren't going off, because ultimately we need to be able to get our daily bread. But majority of our people, the 2/3, are in that mindset that they're going to build up generational wealth for their great grandkids to be able to have. But we know that this place don't have 1,000, 2,000 years. That this place is rapidly collapsing. Lord willing, this place don't have another 1,000 years, because we can see that the end of America is near. Verse 44, they that marry as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers. So all these people, planning all their families, planning out their great grandchildren, is all going to be in vain. Verse 45, and therefore they that labor in vain. So everything that these Babylonians, these Americans, the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, comprised of these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all that wealth, all those corruptible riches that they're accumulating, is all going to be in vain. And that's something that they're not considering. They think that all that hard work, all that investment in this place, in their careers and their jobs, it's all going to pay off down the road. But no, it's not. This place is going to collapse sooner than later. This is Matthew chapter 6 and verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust do corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. And that's what the elect are doing. We're not storing up treasures here on earth, knowing that this place is about to collapse. We're storing up treasures in heaven. Like it says right here, verse 20, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust do corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. Verse 21, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So our mindset, our mind is on the kingdom of heaven. That's what we're looking forward to. We're not looking forward to this place to continue on forever. We're not looking forward to trusting in these corruptible riches, gold and silver, to be able to deliver us. We're going to trust and have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, in the upcoming dire times that we're about to come into. But only the hopeful elect are going to be in a mindset. The rest of our people, they're going to be in a mindset of trusting in their gold and silver, their corruptible riches, their bunkers, whatever, they've hoarded up and prepped for when all hell breaks loose. That's not going to be able to deliver. No, ultimately, all those prepping that they've done, a lot of these people, that's set up for the elect, so they could be able to eat when all hell breaks loose. Like it says, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. The 2/3 of the nation of Israel and these heathens, they're going to be hungry. They're going to be starved to death for ultimately putting their trust in these riches and this wealth, this gold and silver. That's not going to be able to deliver them. Having faith and trusting in Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai, being under the shadow of the Almighty, and being fully invested, in Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai, and having faith and having the fear of the Lord, that's what's going to be able to deliver you. Not no damn gold and silver. But that's pretty much the point. I pray this is edifying to the elect. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who all learned this truth from them well. Peace and salutations to the 144,000, the rest of the 1/3, large multitude, unto you, I say Shalom.